Alright, morning. I shan't tell you the date exactly, but it's the 79th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. So if you know your history, you know what day it is. I'm currently in the old quarry above Aberystwyth on a rather dull day. High tide slightly over there. Not a lot going on. The footpath was busy on the way up with everybody out walking, but there's nobody up on the viewpoints currently. Though I'm up here now today to tell you how to run the Canon G7X Mark III from a power bank so you can do time lapses and not worry about the battery going flat. So obviously if I switch it on, I don't know how much battery there is, you can see it's running out and it's just gone. And the fact that it has run out would be very inconvenient if I didn't have this. There's a specific type of power bank that you need. I've got this one, Belkin USB-C power bank. 20k means 20 milliamp hours. And what you need to look for when you're buying it is, does it have USB-C power delivery? And it should have on here, I don't know if you can see that PD in and out, that's a USB-C. Because if you plug in a USB to USB-C on here, it won't work. It might charge it, but it won't pardon me, it won't work as an actual camera. So basically, very quick, very easy. You plug in to the USB-C port on here and connect it to the USB-C on here. I use the cable that came with the power bank. It's got two USB-C ports on it. So obviously you saw the battery go flat. Now I've plugged this in and I'm using the original Canon battery. I wouldn't use it without a battery or with a non-Canon battery, just in case anything were to happen. I do think the Canon G7X Mark III doesn't run very well with third-party batteries. It works, but not as good as with the proper battery. So I always use a proper battery. And you can see the little red light just there. Now remember, this battery's flat and normally the camera wouldn't work. But as if by magic, there you go. And it's got the little grey symbol, battery symbol there. Now normally the normal battery icon would be white with the showing the power display, but it's grey, which means it's running off the Belkin power bank. So now I'll show you my time-lapse setup, because what I bought this setup for was to do night lapses with the stars, and obviously there won't be any stars today, but you can see across the town the changing of the landscape. I'll set this up and leave it for a couple of hours, and hopefully nobody will come up here and pinch a lot of money worth of equipment. So that's the setup and the view, which I'm going to try and go with. You can't have the cable, you can't have the power bank hanging from the cable, because that would obviously damage the equipment. So what I've done is got this bag here that the power bank sits in, and it just hangs from the top here. Very simple system. My dad gave me the bag, so I can't tell you where I got it from. But I like the view. That's the view that you've seen. set it to a video on top, go to menu, and you've got to find wherever time-lapse movie is here, to set to enable. Well, scene 1, shoot moving subjects such as walking people, or you've got scene 2, slowly changing subjects such as clouds, or scene 3 for shooting slowly changing scenes, or custom. I usually have it set to custom, but we'll try scene 2 and see what the presets are. So 10 seconds at 720. It'll shoot for 2 hours for a 28-second video. Go back, try scene 3, clouds, 15 seconds, 240. So I'll shoot for an hour for a 9-second video. You can't have more than 240 shots. But the 9-second video won't be very long. So what I'll do, go back, set to custom, and I can have 15 seconds 900 for a 36-second video. Now that'll shoot for 3 hours, 3 and 3/4 hours. Now that is long enough for this battery, more than long enough, because when I first tried it, I had it set facing out my bedroom window, did a night lapse and a, what's it called, time lapse, and it ran from 9 p.m. to 9 p.m. one day to 3 p.m. the next day, and I lost 1 battery bar on the power bank. So I was happy with that, so that should be more than enough. So when you've got your figures all right, click set, auto exposure for each frame, screen auto off enable, disable that just to do the battery movie recording in HD, not 4K, time-lapse custom, auto exposure each frame, go back to menu, back, configure exposure settings on this screen, fully press shutter to take a test shot, press movie shooting button to get ready to shoot the time-lapse. One thing I forgot to do, which would have been easier to do first, is you set the focusing. Now it's locked on, auto set to MF, okay. Especially when it's night time and it's getting dark, it can get confused with the focusing. You want auto exposure because otherwise it'll expose for daylight and won't expose for nighttime or twilight, and that'll ruin the shot. But you want manual focus just so it doesn't get confused with the focusing. So you press the movie button there, off it goes. So that's taken 2 out of 900, so 898 to go. I don't think the clouds will move that much, but you never know. 3 3/4 hours, 20 past 10 now, so that'll be 11, 12, 13, and basically 2 o'clock. I'm not good at maths at all, so I'll head into the wood, a bit of walk, a bit of exercise. I'll probably come back and sit down there for a bit, so you'll see me in my shot. So we'll come back later and see what's going on. Just walked up the wood a bit, done some pull-ups off my tree, Now I've come back to check the camera. So looking. Can you see it? Because I can. It's still there. So that's the time lapse set up and running, and that's all there is to it. A very simple way of doing it. Just press and go and connect everything together. And hopefully I'll be able to shoot longer night lapses. So you see the starry trails, or the starry time-lapse movies. They should run for the whole night instead of just 90 minutes, which is how long the battery lasts in the winter on its own. So I hope that's helped you. Thanks for watching, and until next time.